What's up, guys? Today we're taking a look at quite possibly one of the most beautiful Lego sets I have ever seen. This is the LEGO Ideas Starry Night. This is set number 21333, retails for $160. The 2,316 pieces is recommended for ages 18 and up. LEGO Ideas set number 41, and we'll be releasing on VIP Early Access on May 25th and a global release on June 1st. Now, a huge thanks to LEGO for providing this one for us to take a look at today. Of course, all opinions will be my own. So this one's actually pretty crazy. I've never been one who's too appreciative of things like art and stuff like that, but this was just an absolutely gorgeous and beautiful build, and of course I want to talk all about that in today's video. This set originally started off as an idea from a fan who submitted it to the LEGO Ideas platform, and it got over 10,000 supporters, and LEGO then in turn decided to go ahead and recreate this into an actual Lego set. So that's pretty exciting. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the box here. You guys can see here we have the 18 and plus adult black background with the Starry Night logo, and of course the graphics of the set. You even have Vincent Van Gogh here as a minifigure on the bottom, which is pretty cool. And then as you flip towards the back of the box here, you can see a couple of different arrangements of the set, including the dimensions, including how far it reaches out from the wall if you want to wall mount it, and also discussing the dimensions as in 14.5 inches by length and 11 inches tall, so making this a pretty large set. And on the very bottom here you can see what the actual set is based off of, which is the real Starry Night painting from Vincent Van Gogh. Starry Night painting is one of those things where when I was in school, I of course learned about it, and I really never thought we'd ever see the day where LEGO made a version of it that looks so good. So let's just kind of start talking about it. Of course, it does come with an exclusive Vincent Van Gogh minifigure. Now, unfortunately, I can't attest to how accurate this is in real life or anything like that. I'm not too knowledgeable, but the details look absolutely fantastic. He does have orange hair and then an orange beard on his face on a one-sided face print. He also does have like just sort of lighter teal blue jacket. And you'll also notice there are these sort of wavy lines that are on the torso and the pants as well. I'm assuming that's kind of staying true to the whole theme of the Starry Night, which consists of a lot of different waves and cool curves and stuff like that. And then the pants are going to be, I believe, orange or dark orange or some semblance of that neutral color. He also does come with a paintbrush, and then of course a little tray for all of the coloring. He's not in kindergarten. All of the different paint colors that he has. You can see here he's actually hoisted on this really cool outreaching platform that extends from the base of the set, and he's actually painting on a printed tile, not sticker, printed, of the actual Starry Night painting, which is so cool. So let's go ahead and talk about this. First of all, this thing's pretty heavy. It's a pretty hefty build. It probably took around 3.5 hours to build, or around 3 hours. Now, one of the things I absolutely love about this is you can actually mount it on the wall. If you look on the back of this set here, this is actually a very similar function to those if you have the Batwing or any other wall mounted sets. I have never done this personally, but as far as I know, all you have to do is put screws through the hole right here, and that will actually hold the entire set really sturdy. Now, I don't have an area to test that, unfortunately. I don't have any extra wall space, but it is possible to wall mount this set, and it's a heavy set again, so you're probably going to want to get a pretty strong screw. I think the thing that stands out to me the most about this is just the pure colors. There's lots of blues. There's dark blues, light blues, regular blues, teal blues. There's also a really good mix of yellow and sort of brighter tones, and then you also have some beautiful mixed neutral and darker colors like the brown and the dark green. So basically the build gets started where you have to build this bottom foundation. As you can see here, it actually reaches out very far from the base of the frame to about here. I think it actually reaches about 4 inches in width, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. And then it's basically just stacking layers on top of layers and then sort of flipping it on the side like you would in studs, not on top. So you build this entire bottom section and you connect it to the very bottom of the painting. After that's done, you go ahead and start building up the background here, which was by far the most tedious aspect of the build. However, it was also still pretty fun. The only thing I will say is obviously when you're building the different backgrounds here, the blues can get a little bit tricky. I think I would have loved for LEGO in the manual to include a numbered system like they do for the mosaic or for the world map or anything like that, just to make it a little more clear. There was an instance where I ran out of one color when I wasn't supposed to, so that color is somewhere here where it's not supposed to. Now, that very could have easily been something I only have an issue with. Just discerning some of the closer blue colors was a little bit challenging, I guess I would say, but overall it came out amazing. The entire backboard is basically made up of 1x4 and 1x2 plates, and you sort of alternate and stack them, which makes this really nice overlaying detail that I think absolutely looks phenomenal. Now, you'll also notice in the background of the painting there are some of these details like the big sun, like the sort of clouds, and those are all actually attached onto the very base. So the sun, for instance, you could actually just take off And then you'll see a lot of these 2x2 bracket pieces that LEGO has used, obviously, as a foundation to put a lot of these pieces on, and they flow together really nicely. They're really nice and sturdy. So everything that you practically see here on like the backboard, I guess you will, is all attached via those brackets, which is a pretty solid connection. And then this giant wavy cloud here in the middle is made up of a couple of different sections. It's about 2 to 3 different sections that you put on overlapping each other, and it just looks absolutely phenomenal. Now, as you move towards the bottom of the painting slash set, you'll notice some of the town, which has been recreated pretty ingeniously. There's some really nice parts, and I'm not too sure of the familiar name, but there's of course the church with the tower, some of the smaller buildings, both on different multiple angles, which looks really nice. Avoiding those straight up 90-degree angles just makes this look so much better. There's also some 1x1 houses and micro scales. You can see at the bottom right of the painting there are a bunch of different pieces to represent, which I believe is sort of like the forest and the mountain range. A large variety of colors, including lots of dark earth brown and green colors to represent the trees and everything like that. And then the only other detail I want to mention is this sort of large spire here, and I'm not exactly sure what this is. I have to imagine this is something of like a mountain peak or just sort of an artistic creation, so I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it comes together really well. It uses a lot of dark brown and regular brown curved bricks, and they basically sort of go together. If there's a snot brick in the middle with 2 studs on either side, they kind of go on each other like that, if that makes sense. And it's a pretty tall, it makes up over half of the height of the entire thing, which looks really cool. And as you guys can see, it comes together really well. It's a solid build. It's not gonna fall. It's not flimsy at all, and I have a lot of faith in this thing in terms of it's not like gonna, you know, break around or anything like that. That being said, I wouldn't like swoosh test it like some of the sets we have here on the channel, but it is a very sturdy build, and overall it's beautiful. The colors, the contrast, the build of it, the techniques used, the black border frame, which actually incorporates some new pieces, which looks utterly phenomenal. I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite sets of all time, and I'm probably gonna end up putting it somewhere right there when I'm done. But that pretty much wraps up my review of the Starry Night idea set. Again, this will retail for $160. Global release on June 1st, and an early access for VIPs on May 25th. Let me know, guys, if you're gonna pick this up, because like I said earlier in the video, I don't really care about art or anything like that, but this thing looks absolutely phenomenal, and I honestly kind of hope LEGO does some more similar styled sets like this, because I would love to have that, maybe like an adult room or like a dining room or anything like that where it really stands out. I think that's sort of where this set's gonna shine. But thank you guys for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe for a lot more content coming soon, and we'll see you later. Take it easy. Peace.